Chanakya's Arthshastra in contemporary business practices. So, today we will explore why the wisdom of Vishnugupta Chanakya, written 2 millennia ago, still holds immense value in the modern world of economics, business, and leadership. The Arthashastra was not just a book of ancient governance, but a masterpiece of strategic thinking, wealth management, and ethical leadership. Principles that continue to shape today's world, corporate world that is. Even modern business leaders and economists, unknowingly follow many of its teachings. We are fortunate to have with us a well versed speaker who has dedicated his life to interpreting and applying Chanakya strategies in the modern era. So, I am introducing you all to Dr. Radhakrishnan Pillai. He is a thought leader, mentor, and a strategist with over 25 years of experience in academia and industry. He has guided leaders, entrepreneurs, and policymakers through the wisdom of Chanakya's Arthashastra, making ancient principles relevant to modern business practices. As the author of Corporate Chanakya and 20 plus other bestsellers, Dr. Pillai has transformed the way we perceive leadership, strategy, and management. His work has inspired CEOs, mentored PhD scholars, and influenced leadership programs both nationally and internationally. Today, we all have a golden opportunity to gain insights directly from a scholar who has spent years decoding Chanakya strategies and applying them to the corporate world. So, without further ado, let's welcome Dr. Radhakrishnan Pillai. Okay. Sir, before we start the session, I would like to introduce a little about us. Is it okay?
Sure, please go ahead.
Okay. So, we are the students of IIT Madras BS degree in data science and applications, an innovative and flexible program designed for both students and working professionals. So, basically, we are all the students who are, some of us are doing the dual degrees, some of us are working, and some of us are doing it standalone. So, within this ecosystem of IIT Madras, we are trying to gain extreme knowledge about data science and its application in the real world. Along with that, the gear houses like us, Gear House, there are various houses. So, we have we try to expand the students' knowledge and impart experience from people, honored people such as you. So, this is us, sir. And I will give the stage to you. You can please share your knowledge right now.
Thank you so much, Pradeep, for inviting me on this particular platform. It's an honor to talk to such an esteemed student community. You are the stars of our country, and
Thank you,
after you
sir.
complete the course, you will be spread across the globe talking about India's wisdom. So don't just succeed in the corporate world or making money, but make sure along with that you spread the Indian wisdom and all that wisdom and knowledge that a country has. So you have two responsibilities. Responsibility number one, make a lot of money. That's very important because career mein paisa nahi banaya. So what's the point? So
Haji, sir.
yes, you have to create a lot of money, but the one way of giving back is not just giving back money, but also learning about Indian culture. Because as esteemed student of such a prestigious institute, wherever you go, you should be actually having the wisdom of India. So
Yes.
what I'm going to do is that I will be going to give you about one person that is Chanakya. You should study him. There are other IKs, Indian knowledge system. So it's important that you study, understand, and wherever you are in your career, at whatever stage you are in your career, you should make sure that you should learn and spread what is again I call as IKS, Indian Knowledge System.
Yes,
So
sir.
with
Sure.
that, I would start by talking about our topic, which is relevance of Kautilya's Arthashastra in contemporary business practices. Most of you, with your talent, with your technical background, will be going into the business world or the corporate world. And I'm sure with the trend that is happening, you will also have some startups, right? So I have a question before I start. I
Yes,
have
sir.
a question before I start. You can put it in the chat box also.
Okay.
What is the prime responsibility of anybody who is in business? What do you think is the prime responsibility of a person who is in business world, corporate world, startup world? One word. Anybody?
So
Leadership.
solving problems.
Solving problems. Okay. Profit. Okay. Profit, ethics, customer satisfaction. Okay. Expansion, creating value,
So one
balancing
word would be power, according to
power.
me.
Wow. Wow. I love that.
Yes, Ayush Ranjan also has the same idea.
The- Everybody is right. So purpose, monopoly, building a good team and managing it, etc., etc. So all of you are right, and here we are not expecting a correct answer. Okay, here we are trying to see that when you join the business world, all this will be part of your thinking: power, profit, team leadership, etc., etc. All of you are right, but there is a concept called as right thinking. So all of you start thinking the prime responsibility of anybody in business is wealth creation. Just remember this: wealth creation. And two, three people typed, it's profit. Profit is a small part of wealth creation. So, what is wealth creation? We'll see that as we look at today's session. But wealth creation is what your dharma is. Dharma means duty. Of course, with everything else, ethics, value addition, leadership, everything. But imagine if you're in a business and you don't create wealth, you're a failed businessman. It's like saying you go to play cricket, but you don't win the match. I made a century, but we didn't win the match. You may have made zero, but if your team wins the match, then it's a great contribution. Believe me, you have to be part of the winning team. In the same way, the role that Chanakya talks about, business duty is to create wealth. Just remember this. It was a huge topic. Definitely, I can't cover this in 1 hour. But remember this. What is wealth creation? Wealth creation is not for yourself. It is for your company, your employees. In fact, wealth creators also pay taxes to the government. They create jobs, they create opportunities. They are actually builders of society. If you're into business, welcome. Welcome to the world of power. Welcome to the world of leadership. Welcome to the world of so many answers that you give: value creation, value addition. All of you are right. But if you have not created wealth, you have not actually understood what is Chanakya's principles. And that is why, even after 2400 years, we look at Chanakya as a master strategist. Why? Because many years ago, in 4th century BC, he actually made India the richest country in the world. Yeah, that's his biggest contribution. And if he had not made India the richest country in the world, we would not have respected him. So today, what we will do, we have to look at Chanakya's principles, as we said, relevance of Arthashastra in contemporary business practices. I've written 24 books on Chanakya and more than 200 podcasts I've done. Not 200, I think it's crossed 250. Anyway, that's not the point. You can search on the internet, you'll find a lot of my videos, YouTube, and so many other channels you can find it. Just go there. My point is that in the next 40-45 minutes that we have, how do I make you understand the relevance of Arthashastra? Before you look at relevance, I'll tell you what Arthashastra is, and then I'll only give you 3 points. I don't want to flood you with information which is already there on the internet. You're all brilliant students, you know how to study well, but I want to give you 3 takeaways. So let me start with who Chanakya or Kautilya was. He was known by 3 names: Vishnugupta, Kautilya, and Chanakya, who lived in the 4th century BC, before Christ, roughly 2400 years ago. And he was a teacher in one of the esteemed universities like what you are studying. And he was also an author who wrote 2 books, the Arthashastra and Chanakya Niti. He actually is responsible for the defeat of Alexander when he came to India. He is known as the kingmaker of Chandragupta Maurya. He is also a person who created Ashoka, who was the grandson of Chandragupta Maurya. And of course, he is known for so many strategies, like what we'll discuss today. Samadana Danda Bheda. He also talks about enemies are friend. So many other ideas. So Arthashastra has got 6,000 sutras or formulas written by Chanakya. And it talks about 180 topics, right? From how to think to international policies to leadership to management to economics to law and order and military strategy, etc. etc. It's a huge book. I would suggest all of you should actually study and understand how this great man was thinking. So we'll not go to Arthashastra, but we'll look at understanding Chanakya. Why did he do that? He did everything because of two reasons. Number one, he wanted to make India the most economic capital of the world. Today, if you look at many countries like America and all, their economic powerhouse. As somebody put in the chat box, one thing Chanakya deals with is power. Yes. So he made India power through the route of Artha, finance. It's very important because a country like India has got so much talent, so much talent. We are blessed by nature, by God, that we have the best brains in the world. Yet, no opportunity. That's why many people leave India. And this is a saying in the IITs, right? Brain drain. As somebody put it, I was in IIT Bombay and I remember a graffiti on the wall. It is better to have brain drain rather than having brain in the drain. So, it's better. So, my talent is not respected. So, I was thinking, what do you mean by respect of talent? Very clearly, appreciation of talent, rewards and recognition. Yet, one important part of talent is paying them well, right? So, I'm sure when you pass out, everybody will be worried about placements, packages. Yeah, how much package did you get? If you are in some other developed country, you'll get 10 times more than what you're getting. So brain drain is there because we are not able to pay people in the highest standards of the talent that we have. Talent, no problem. But payment, big problem. So placement, and all of you must have taken also education loans. So you have to give that, give back to our families, give back to the bank, etc. So the first thing that Arthashastra means Artha is wealth, Shastra, scripture of wealth. He wrote a complete treatise, a voluminous work of 6,000 sutras on how the whole country can become wealthy. Remember, as academicians, as teachers, and I'm one of them. I'm an academician, I'm a teacher, I'm an author. We can write a lot of research papers, we can write a lot of books. But theory should be also applicable. It should be relevant. As they say, what is the point in writing theory when there is no creativity, there is no application? So, applied economics, please understand this word. Economics is not important, applied economics is very important. So Chanakya created a formula where he applied in his own kingdom, his own governance model, and made India the richest country in the world. Now, as I said, when you study Arthashastra, there are so many things you will learn. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to focus on the business relevance on three topics today. The first topic that I want to talk about is exactly what I started with. If you want to understand Chanakya's relevance in modern day business practices, the first takeaway is wealth creation. The first takeaway is wealth creation. And Arthashastra talks about this. Artha eva pradhana iti kautilyaha. Artha means wealth. Alone is powerful. Huh? You say he's a capitalist. Of course he is, because he believes that money has got power. Remember, money is not the only power, but money is also power. Because higher than money is spiritual power. Everybody talks about it. Yet, we cannot deny the fact that money also is power. And if you look at today's generation, actually people respect more the wealthy people than knowledgeable people, right? So it's got a power. Intellectual power is also a power, but money power is also a power. And Chanakya calls it as Shakti and Artha Shakti, the power that comes with money. So, if you want to be powerful, one of the aspects is money. And nobody is denying that. Our country was the richest country in the world, and the whole world came to us because we had wealth. I like to ask you a very interesting question. And many of us Indians in this generation don't even know about the question that I'm going to ask you. And please type it in your chat box also. Have you heard about the Golden Temple in India?
Yes.
Where is it?
Yes.
Can you type it?
Amrit.
Amrit.
Please type it. Okay. Uh, Akshit says Amritsar, Manish, everybody saying Amritsar, Amritsar, Amritsar. Okay. Devi Prasad also says Amritsar. All of you are right. Yet, the question itself is wrong. Wow, I'm so happy. One person has added one more place called Vellore. Wherever you are, most of your cameras are, hidden.
Yeah.
I would say please pick up your mobile. Right now, wherever you are, you're watching on mobile. If you can have to an opportunity to open up another browser, or maybe after the talk, just type. Okay.
Yes, sir. I think so. You please ignore. We will handle all the technical stuff.
Yeah. So you'll be surprised that if you type Vellore, I think we have Dandalapati Babu was actually typed Vellore. Just type Vellore, Golden Temple. You will be surprised that Vellore is a place in Tamil Nadu, and we have another institute there. All of you are from Tamil Nadu, right? At least right now. It's called VIT, Vellore Institute of Technology.
Yes.
So I had gone there for a lecture just last month, and they told me, you want to go and see the Golden Temple. The Golden Temple, I am in Tamil Nadu, why should I go to Amritsar? So, no, we have a Golden Temple here also. I said, really? I did not know that. Most of you did not know. And when I went there, surprised. Now I went to Google. The Amritsar Golden Temple has got 500 kilos of gold used outside the temple. Beautiful temple, Amritsar. I love it. But the Vellore one has got 1,500 kilos. So think about 3 times more.
Yeah.
And wow, I did not even know it. And then many people told me, I was asking, Golden Temple, I be only one. Was there another one also? Somebody said there are many golden temples in India. Not one. There are many golden temples in India. Really? And then I realized one thing: the place that I have my origin, my ancestors, my native place is Kerala, and I come from the city called Tiruvananthapuram. I'm sure all of you must have heard about it. And there is a temple there called as Padmanabha Swami Kshetra. It is the richest temple in the world. It's known for the gold it has, right? So that is also a golden temple. Of course, they don't show the gold outside, but there's so much gold inside. Now think about it. India had so much wealth, physical wealth, that is there because of our temple economy. Why am I bringing this particular point? Thank you so much, friends, to understand India's richness was very different. It is not calculated by GDP, right? Most of us who study economics say, okay, we need to look at per capita income, we should look at GDP, all those factors. We are not denying that. Yet, India was rich in wealth, it is rich in minerals, in natural resources, so many factors. And who created that model? Chanakya and Arthshastra. So, coming back, if you are in business, if you want to have a startup, the first word is wealth creation. Artha eva pradhanaha iti kautilyaha. Chanakya says, if you have artha, wealth with you, you have power with you. And it's very important to create wealth. That's the first point. Eva pradhana. So my request to all of you, please become rich. Don't think like a poor person. Arey, I like money. Of course, you should love money, not like money. But don't become selfish. Don't look at my wealth. The Western model talks about individualism. In India, we talk about collectiveness. So you have to be rich. You have to make sure your classmate is also rich. You have to make sure the whole village is also rich. Otherwise, it's selfish wealth. Who is saying you should not be wealthy? In our country, we never ever denied wealth. Never. Being rich is a privilege of the rare. But today we should not look at rare people. We should look at more and more people getting wealthy. So how do you create wealth? As a businessman, you have an opportunity. And how do people look at wealth today? Oh, the stock market valuation, or how much investment did I get in my startup? Chanakya very clearly says that you have to have activity that creates wealth. Remember this word. Sitting lazily and thinking is not enough. Of course, you have to think, you have to make a business plan, but you have to also be active. I know so many companies, once they get invested, they stop working hard. Never do that. It is the responsibility of a businessman or a startup that if you get money, multiply the money. You got 10 rupees, you have to give back 20 rupees. Giving more than what you take and producing more than what you consume. So become wealthy, individual, but become wealthy collectively. And I will give you one example of such a model in India right now, right here. There's a cooperative. I'll use the word cooperative, not a company. It's called Amul. And I'm sure everybody has heard about it, right? Amul. Now, it's a cooperative. And I do work with them, the Amul team, a lot. I know the brand manager, many of them. So it's in Anand, a very small place in Gujarat. So I'm sure if you Google it, everybody knows Amul. Who doesn't know Amul? So I was asking them and I said, okay, can I buy shares of Amul? Then no, you can't. Why? You have to be a farmer to be part of Amul shares. I'm not a farmer, I'm a professor sitting in Bombay giving lectures. Then you can't make money. Oh, because it is a farmers association. And many people don't know that how wealthy they are. They're so wealthy. It is world's number one food brand. I'll repeat it. Just Google it. It is the world's number one food brand. And here, let me specifically tell you, it is bigger than Coca-Cola. Huh? Bigger than Coke and Pepsi. Yes, it is true. Just Google it. You will find out the latest report I read. It was released a couple of months ago. World's number one food brand. Think about it. But remember, they have created wealth for everyone. Not I, me, myself. It is not I'm in the Forbes list. No. Every farmer, when he becomes rich or she becomes rich, is when you actually make the whole society wealthy. Okay. Anand Milk Corporation, absolutely right, Aryan. We have to make direct contribution in the corporation to be part of the corporation. Absolutely correct. You cannot say, I'll only take. I'll have to give and I'll get. So in India, what Chanakya created was a cooperative model. We have a concept called ESOPs, employees shares. So not only the owners sit and make money, everybody should make money. So friends, all of you are students, you are from a very prestigious institution, right? But think about you go out and make a big career, but your brother, your sister, some of you may be coming from villages also, right? If they remain poor, will you be happy? You can't say, no, I am rich. So what can I do about my brother? I don't care. He may be poor because he did not study. No, it's not like that. Study is only one part of your success. But if you take everybody collectively, I remember this example again in Tamil Nadu, Vembu, Sridhar Vembu, Zoho. I'm sure this may be one of the discussions you should have. He started his company in USA. His company listed, but he came back to Tamil Nadu and shifted the headquarters. Such a big multinational, and today the whole village is actually benefiting from his wealth. So the idea of telling all this in friends is that wealth creation is for the collective society, not for myself. So think that as a businessman, you contribute to job creation, taxes you do, help people to prosper. I remember I'm in Bombay and I keep traveling across various places. Tomorrow I'm going to actually Hyderabad for giving a lecture in a management institute. So I also work with what is called the real estate developers. The real estate, so all the big cities, Chennai, Mumbai, Kolkata, everybody there are building skyscrapers, right? But even the tier 2 cities and tier 3 cities, they are also building buildings. I was with a chairman of a big corporation, which is into real estate, and asking him, what is your model? He said something very nice. I said, you are a builder. He said, no, I'm not a builder. Huh? But that's your business, such a big name. You are builders. You build buildings, flats, gated communities. He said, no, I'm not a builder. I'm a developer. I said, oh, what's the difference? Well, you see in my car, we are builders and developers. You must have heard this, right? Builders and developers. So what's the difference? I don't understand. A builder is the one who builds a building. Okay? A developer develops the whole ecosystem. Oh, then it's not okay. For example, there's a barren land, okay, and there's nobody over there. When we build, we actually build a whole community around it. We'll build a building, but then what happens? The whole system is created around that. So people would come, they'll work for us. There'll be small houses. There'll be taxi walas, rickshaw walas who will come. There'll be hotels that will come, restaurants that will come. We were developing it. So before that, it was a barren land. When we came in, we were developing the whole place. That's why we are called developers. So it's like, when an elephant comes, everybody starts, oh, it's like a leader coming. So remember, please don't become selfish in wealth creation. Give money to the government, give money to your employees. And there are so many groups in India, be the Tatas, the Birlas, and all the big Mahindras, Adanis, Reliance, whoever you look at it. They give so many jobs. I was with the Mahindra group and say, okay, how many companies we have? Do you think the money is only earned by Anand Mahindra? No. Or a Kumar Mangalam Birla? No. Every employee gets good salaries, right? That's why we need to be wealth creators. Remember, Artha eva pradhanaha iti kautilyaha. So first point, wealth creation. So that's businessmen with a morality ethics for creating money for everyone, including himself or herself. Second, when you look at Chanakya, the word that comes in is called leadership. Think like a leader. What do you mean by leader? So if you're in business, think like a business leader. If you're into politics, think like a good political leader. If you're into spiritual world, also think like a spiritual leader. What is leadership? Ability to lead others and inspire others is leadership. Not that, I am a great man. There's a big difference in being a boss and being a leader. A boss is a person with authority and he believes in commanding people. No, we are saying we are part of the team. I am also a player. I'll inspire others. If you look at a sports leader, he will make a century, a winning captain's knock in cricket. But he'll make sure others are also inspired. So when you win the World Cup, it is not my World Cup. It's the team's World Cup. So don't be a boss, be a leader. And what is the concept of leader according to Chanakya? Remember, the word is called as Raja Rishi. Raja Rishi. Two words, Raja plus Rishi. Raja means leader, right? Today we can also look at Rani being the leader. Why give it only one gender? So we have to look at leader with every gender included. But Rishi, what do you mean by Rishi? A Rishi is a thinker, a sage, a seer. So in power, you actually are detached and you're serving everybody. And Socrates, from the Greek culture, he has taken this word from our culture and called it as philosopher king. Philosopher. So Rishi is a philosopher. So that's where ethics comes, morality comes. So when you are a king, don't get carried away by power. Power is there, but you are humble. And that's why people, even today, respect Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, right? I'm sure he was one of the greatest leaders our country has seen. And some of us, including me, have been fortunate to work with him very closely. I remember sharing diets with him a couple of times when he was there. Now he's physically not there, but what a leader. I'll tell you, my school, a small school in Bombay called as Vani Vidyalaya. We were celebrating 60 years of our school, and I was the alumni, in charge. So our principal said we should get some great person to inspire. I said, of course. Let us look at the most respected person in India. That time I was physically there, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. So my principal said, "Are you sure he's going to come? Let's try." No, great leader, why not? Maybe we are lucky. And Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam actually came to our school. And I still remember that small instance. We had so many students waiting for him, and we had an auditorium, full packed auditorium. Everybody wanted to see him. So we had kept a big chair for him, a royal chair. Raja is coming, right? And I still remember our trust of the school. We had a president. So he's a common man in a small trust of a school. And as we entered, there was this big chair and there were other chairs for dignitaries. And we said, "Sir, this chair is for you." Imagine the big chair was, the royal chair was for APJ Abdul Kalam. He asked in Tamil, I remember. The Tamil and the association also Tamil association. "Leader enge? Where is the leader?" I said, "You are the leader." "No, no, no. I'm the president of the country. That's okay. But where's the president of the association?" And very old Srinivasan uncle. We used to call him Srinivasan uncle. Well, Srinivasan, come. Engava. You sit on the chair. And Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam was sitting next to him in a normal chair. So a chair prepared for the leader called APJ Abdul Kalam. He's saying, "I'll sit next to the president." The president of a small trust is sitting in front of the president of the country. That's humility. People always go behind chairs. And a person with a chair says, "I'll not sit on the chair." Raja Rishi. A scientist, but a Rishi, right? A leader, but a Rishi. What inspiration. I can never forget that so humble he was. Such an approachable person. In fact, he was known as a people's president. People's president. A president who connected with the common man. He wrote books. If you have not read the book, I would suggest that you should read his book called Wings of Fire. Very popular book. I'm sure you'll get in the library. Wings of Fire. He's written many books. Like today, Sudha Murthy writes a lot of books, right? She's a Rajya Sabha MP, but still she connects as an author. And therefore, I like the statement that is right below me, behind me. Praja sukhe sukham rajnah. Prajanam cha hite hitam. What does it mean? In the happiness of the people lies the happiness of the king. So the leader is not selfish. The leader wants to make everybody happy. So Abdul Kalam was one such role model that we had in our country. Another one, I can say, of course, I've never met him, but I've done a lot of research on him. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. I'm sure all of you must have heard the name. He was also a Rajarshi, a home minister with so much power. He united India, but very humble, very, very clear about his role. So, friends, when you become a leader, don't be a selfish leader. How much money did I make? How much power did I get? A common man wants to become the CM, MLA. MLA wants to become a CM. CM wants to become a PM. And after PM, you want to become something else. So this game will never stop. Never be in the power game. Be in the game of service. So when more power comes, you have to serve people more. I hope you remember the very famous Spider-Man movie statement. With more power comes more responsibilities. I'm sure you must have heard about it. But I say something different. With more power should come the attitude of serving more. Of course, with more power comes more responsibility. That's a fact. Yet, with more power, we should actually serve more. So, may God bless us with lot of leadership. But leadership is not about, my power. See, I become an IAS officer. I become an IPS officer. I become an IFS officer. I can travel across the globe and I'm an ambassador of the country. Are you an ideal leader? So the ideal leader is called as Raja Rishi. Let me just look at it. Okay. Develop Gurgaon. Yeah, absolutely. Development of Gurgaon. So, and then, sir, APJ Abdul Kalam came to your school too when I was a child in remote location, Vishakhapatnam. So, Devi Prasad. I'm sure you will never forget that in your life, Devi. Devi Prasad, I'm sure you will not forget because it's a small school, but he came and inspired you, right? Absolutely. And here, Yes, sir, you cannot forget. I cannot never forget. He's physically not there, but inspiring. That's leadership. With more power comes more opportunities of corruption also. Yeah, that's also true. But a Raja Rishi cannot be corrupted. That's why you require spirituality. A spiritual person is uncorruptible because in power, corruption is there. That's why Raja Rishi. So, wealth creation as a business leader, leadership, a role model for others. And I come to the last point for today. I told you three takeaways. The last point is governance. How do you run the whole kingdom? Because when you're a leader, you're a king, you're a chairman of a company, you have to have something called as governance model. You have to keep everything in place. And let me tell you, friends, in business, there is something called as compliance. What is compliance? You have to keep everything in order. You cannot say I'm making money, but you have to understand legality. You have to understand you have to pay taxes, you have to file your returns, you have to make sure you're in line with the law of the land. And today we have multinational companies, right? So think about a company like TCS or the Tata Group. They have one office in Mumbai, but then they have other office in other parts of India, Chennai. I'm sure they have in Kolkata, so many places. But they also have offices in New York. They have offices in Australia. They have to look at the local laws also and abide to that. So governance is a very important factor of leadership, of business leadership. I want you to Google later on. The first governance white paper in India was created by Kumara Mangalam Birla. It's an Indian leader. So he came back from London School of Economics. He's a chartered accountant and said, I want to make my governance system very well. And he wrote a paper. It's available on the internet. And he was very clear about this point that since he's a business leader, I want to create wealth. And he said, I will make my company 30 times bigger than what my father gave to me. That time when Kumar Mangalam Birla, after like young boy like all of you, he came, he was hardly 26 or 28 years old when he became the chairman. The company that his father left back already was $2 billion. $2 billion global turnover. They had manufacturing units outside India also. But he said, I will make it 30 times. So he's put up a target that we'll make it 30 times bigger. But you'll be surprised, he did something interesting. He first put the governance structure in place. The system, the process, the ethics, the taxing, everything. He took a great help of excellent team members who joined his team. And then what happened? Today the company is $60 billion. Yeah, so it's not that I got $2 billion and forget it. I can enjoy. So why am I telling that? If your governance system is not in place, you cannot expand your business. And for that, what is the model Chanakya suggests? You have to look at everything in totality. So I'll stop here with an example of governance called as Saptanga model of Chanakya. Saptanga model of Chanakya. What's Saptanga model? Let me explain to you. So that's my third key takeaway for today. Saptanga. It's already there on my wall. You can see it. What is it? I'll explain that to you. It's a sutra, a formula that comes in Arthshastra called as Saptanga. 7 parts of a kingdom. We'll see how to make it relevant today in business. Swami Amatya Janapada Durga Kosha Danda Mitrani Prakriteya. You can see all the 7 here. So 7 things have to be in place for good governance. Swami, that's the leader. Leader has to be good. He or she has to be perfect. Raja Rishi. But can he run the system alone? No. He requires Amatya. Amatya means mantri. So king requires ministers, good ministers, ethical ministers. Otherwise, the minister itself can be the biggest enemy. Swami Janapada. What does Janapada mean? Janapada means actually a praja. Praja means people. What's a kingdom where there is no citizen? I travel across the globe. There are countries with hardly any population. In India, we've got 140 crore. We're the largest populated country in the world, but people have to be happy. So Praja, Swami, Amatya, Janapada, Durga, infrastructure. In today's generation, we require physical and digital infrastructure, right? So if your Wi-Fi goes off, your internet goes off, you can't study today. So companies work on data today. That's infrastructure. And I'm sure some of you may be also looking at digital analytics, data analytics, AI, robotics. All these are infrastructure of a company. Swami Amartya Janapada Durga Kosha. A good country or a good business should have a lot of money. Right? We spoke about it. Wealth. The Kosha, finance. Danda. Danda means army, not Danda rod. It represents army, your support system. And Mitra, friends. A leader should have a lot of friends. Because as Chanakya says, you never fight a battle alone, you take friends along. Your friends are equally required. So, friends, remember, you may pass out as an individual, but you'll only succeed in life collectively. So, Swami Amartya Janapada Durga Kosha Danda Mitra, it's a model of good governance. Yeah, friends. So, make sure that you have all the 7 in place. How do you look at business application? Let's say you have a company. So, initially, it's a one-man show or a one-woman show. Okay, that's good for a start. Even Steve Jobs started alone, right? In a garage. That's an American model. In India, you start a business from your family, right? Your mother, your sister will give you some little capital. Okay. But not one man show. You have to grow, right? You require a team, co-founders, amatyas. So Ami Amatya, Janapada. What about your clients? What about your market? You have a good product or service. Somebody has to buy it, right? Somebody has to pay you for it. So a successful businessman is the one who can also sell a product. Ask the Marwadi community, the Gujarati community. They're very good sales. This is saying in Hindi, you know. अच्छा प्रोडक्ट होने से कुछ नहीं होता, बेचने को आना चाहिए. If you don't sell your product, there's no point. I remember I met a social media expert. He was telling me, saying that if you have 1 rupee to develop a product and a great product, make sure you have 4 rupees to market the product. Today, good product has to be sold also, right? Otherwise, what's the point? So it's very important. Janapada, Swami Amartya Janapada. Your marketing should be very important as a business. Durga, infrastructure. Today you should require physical and digital. Maybe a laptop, but you require apps. You require customer service applications or whatever tools you use. That's Durga. Kosha. Remember I told you make profits alone. No. Your business should be profitable along with wealth creation. Kosha. Danda. As you grow higher and higher, you'll require more people to support you. They also have to be part of a team. And as you grow, there'll be an accountant for you. And if you're a chairman of a company, you'll have a secretary. And if you have a big office, there'll be a security guard. Remember, they're not manager level people. They're not highly intellectual, but they're also required. A Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj will require a Tanaji and also the Sainiks. So a general is required, a Senapati is required, yet you also require soldiers. That's your Danda. And Mitra. You never fight alone. So you should have friends with you who say, oh, I'm a chairman, you're also a chairman. Let's collaborate. So if you look at organizations like CIA, Confederation of Indian Industries, or FICCI, they're all, chairmen, leaders of various fields. They come together and say, let's develop the economy of India. So a leader is never alone. He works with other leaders. That's Saptanga. Swami Amartya Janapada Durga Kosha Danda Mitra Iti Prakriteya. One simple sutra. You can Google. I've given a lot of talks on that. It's available on YouTube also. Just Google it. Just to sum it up, and we'll take up a few questions as per time is concerned. So Arthshastra is a broad thing, very big thing. It made India the richest country in the world, but we need to make sure we operate again. 3 takeaways for today. Wealth creation. Artha eva pradhana. Second, leadership. Become like a Rajarshi. And third one, governance. Good governance. And I explained to you the Saptanga model. I hope I have inspired you enough to start studying Chanakya more after the session. Become wealthy, become successful, become powerful, but don't be selfish. Give it back to the society. Thank you so much. Pradeep, over to you.
Thank you, sir. You have really
Thank you, sir.
yes, you have really imparted a great amount of knowledge to every one of us who have attended this meeting. We have learned very much from you. So before we end this session, I would like to invite all to, if you have any questions, you can ask right away, either in the chat box or please raise your hand one by one. We will let you open your mics. So nobody has any questions?
Okay, I'm just looking at the chat box. So Devi Prasad said, and our school principal wrote letters to him, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam.
Yes.
Sir read letters and came to our school. We were so fortunate. Leadership. Leadership is not considered somebody big and small. A lot of people go to big institutions, small schools go to go. But he was inspiring.
Yes.
Sir came to our school. Sir, the same principles are being taught in Stanford Business School. Yes. See, we should know our own skill. The Western world is appreciating. Yeah. So we should learn before we go to Stanford. There's nothing wrong in going to Stanford. Of course, you have to pay a lot of money there. But they're also great schools. We should go there. I teach in some of them. So how to find diamonds in the group of people to build a company? Very good question. Should I address that, Pradeep?
Yes, sir. You are free to address that.
Yeah. So Aryan is asking. No, Jay is asking, sir, how
Yes,
to
sir.
find
Yes.
diamonds in the group of people to build a company. Okay. Think like a team of a, you are the leader of a cricket team. You are the captain, right? You have 11 members and you are one of them. You keep observing the remaining 10 people, okay? Somebody is a bowler, somebody is a batsman, somebody is a fielder. You say, okay, give them opportunities. So small opportunities. Okay, you bowl the first over or the last over, watch them. They're diamonds, they're hidden diamonds. If they perform, inspire them, give them, some more opportunities. So performance should be watched, observed by the leader, and if you find some gems, some diamonds, give them. So a leader is supposed to be a diamond polisher. He finds diamonds, and that's not enough. You have to motivate them, inspire them, polish them. So leader is a diamond polisher, not just a diamond digger. Diamond is digging, but once you dig them out, polish them. That's leadership. Thank you, Jay, for the question. Okay. Next, Akshay. What if someone has a family business? How one can expand it? Very good question. In many communities, especially the business communities, you may get a business from your parents. There's a very famous saying: "What you have is God's gift to you, and what you do with what you have is your gift to God." In the same way with business families. Let's say your parents have a business, family business, they give it to you. But now you are a graduate, right? You're a highly educated person. Don't destroy the business. Expand the business. So let's say your turnover is 10 crores. Your father has created a business from 0 to 10 crores. Now there are three possibilities. Possibility number one, you make from 10 crores to 100 crores. Second possibility, from 10 crores you make it 5 crores. Third possibility, you maintain 10 crores. Which is the biggest contribution? To make it bigger, right? Even if you have not destroyed it, you make it, it's a great contribution. But the biggest contribution is expanding. So if you have a family business, make sure you expand it. You have to be a wealth creator again. Your parents will be so happy. It's like saying this person is layak, not nalayak. He's capable. So make sure you expand the business. And of course, that's where education comes in. You have to study. You have to make sure of understanding new global best practices and then expand the business. That's how you should do in family business.
Okay, so next is Aryan. He's asking, who should be held accountable for any incident if mishappening happens
The
in the
leader.
Sardar model?
Yeah, the leader only.
Leader.
So if it is growing, it's because of the leader. If it's getting destroyed, it's the leader. But you know what leaders do? They blame others. So this is saying again, quoting Abdul Kalam. When something is going wrong, don't blame your team. Take the responsibility on yourself. If something is going right, give the credit to your team. It happened because of you, not me. A leader should never take the credit of success. He should take the blame of the failure. So if something is going wrong in the Saptanga, remember the Swami is responsible for it.
Yes, sir. And second, if you have some time, sir, Pinnumali Pratap is asking to share some of the, if you have some stories about Chanakya from his childhood to his last day, if you have some little bit of time.
Yeah. So I'll just share one story. In fact, there's a book of mine. It is called Katha Chanakya. Remember Katha Chanakya? There are 30 stories of Chanakya. I'll tell you one story. You know, Chanakya actually was born in very bad times. Yeah. Maybe say we are unfortunate to be born in India. What? We're very fortunate. There were no opportunities, nothing. So Chanakya was actually born in very bad times and he was looking out for a leader. And he went to a village and he saw young boys playing around there. And one boy was playing like a leader and giving justice to all the people, acting drama. He looked at it, well, very good. He's got the potential. They asked the other people, who is this boy? His name is Chandragupta. His name is Chandragupta. Call him. He called him and said, do you want to become a real leader or just drama leader? Because in your colleges, there'll be so many clubs, right? Drama club, theater club. No, I want to be the original leader. He said, I don't know what is leadership. I'm a poor person. Identifying a gem, a diamond. But then it took him, give him knowledge of Arthshastra and made him Samrat. Yeah, made him a leader of the whole country, Chandragupta Maurya.
Yes,
I'm telling the story is that just because you have a talent, you should also have a trainer who will develop that talent. Your teacher, your guru is important. So the combination of Chandragupta Maurya C and Chanakya, the teacher C, actually made a champion. C plus C is equal to C. Chanakya plus Chandragupta is equal to champions. We won the champions trophy, right? You can actually create more and more champions when you have a good teacher and a good student. Then you should go and win the World Cup.
Yes, sir. So I got a question from your story. Like Chandragupta Maurya found Chanakya or Chanakya found Chandragupta Maurya, how will people like us, like in today's world, will found our own Chanakya?
So it's a very simple question. Don't try to find Chanakya. Remember, Chanakya came to Chandragupta Maurya and found him. So first be a good Chandragupta. Chanakya
Okay.
will come.
Okay,
So
sir.
you be a good student wherever you are. The very famous saying, bloom where you are planted. You know, when you look at a flower, it doesn't tell, oh, come here, come here, come here. I'm a great person. Or the flower doesn't walk. Wherever it is bloom and the honeybee will come. The gardener will come. So be a good student wherever you are, what are you supposed to do? And believe me, God is taking notice of your work. He will send the right teacher at the right time. So don't worry. You do your work and the teacher will come to you. Because let me tell you as a teacher, as a student requires a teacher also requires a good student.
Absolutely
And
correct.
you should attract a good teacher, not go behind a good teacher.
Okay, sir. If you have more time, sir. Very easy. Yeah.
Wait,
Question.
one last question. We'll take up one last question.
Last question. Okay. So the next question is from Aditya Aryan. He's asking that if one is too lenient, your employees won't take you seriously. And if one's too strict, people might resent you. So how to maintain that balance?
This is called Viveka Buddhi. Viveka means wisdom. Buddhi means intellect. That is absolutely true what you said. If you're too lenient, people say, hey,
Yes.
they take you for granted. You're too strict, they start fearing you. You're a terror. When Chanakya talks about this, is called as Dandaniti. All powerful people have a rod.
Yes.
You've seen a police inspector, he's got a rod. But the rod is small. You can't even beat with it. It's only to show your power. So if somebody takes you for granted, then you are responsible. If you're too strict, they'll hate you. If you're too lenient, they may not respect you. So you should know when to use it.
Okay.
Our parents did that. They shouted us, disciplined us.
Yes, sir.
As a leader, if you're too strict, it is not good. If you're too lenient, that is also not good. So it is said in Arthshastra, the right punishment for the wrong person for the right time and the right measure actually will give you respect as a leader. Use the rod very correctly for the correct reason. Don't misuse the power, use the power to punish also if required.
Okay, sir. Hopefully Aditya got his answer. Okay. Sir, there are more questions, but I will relay them to you if only you have time.
I need to log off, but we'll take one more last question.
Okay, sir. Last question. The last question is from Manish. Many times it may be the situation that company can only be taken to some place by being corrupt, like in case of paperwork. There may be instances where they can get licenses only by paying to government officials. So what should be the right decision according to Chanakya's Arthashastra?
Yeah. The very famous question: how can I remain uncorrupt in a corrupted system? In a lot of people feel I'm very nice, I'm not corrupt. But what to do? To give bribes.
Yes.
And so, what can I do? So, the simple answer of Chanakya is that if you are in a corrupted system, don't become corrupt. A lot of people say, but I can't do my business. If I don't get that license, how will I do it? That is where two things are important: patience and faith in God. You
Okay.
keep working hard, okay, and say, okay, it's not easy, I know that. But our Upanishad says, Satyam eva jayate. But a lot of people don't have patience. Array, forget it. It's been 25 years. I've been working honestly. 25 years, but nothing, no progress. The other guy, he made double the profit in 2 years, and I've been doing it for 25 years. That means you're lost out of patience. What does Chanakya say? The corrupted people will get caught one day. But the day they will get caught, you will also get caught. You should be ready to face the consequences. But people don't want to face the consequences of corruption. They want to face the benefits of corruption, which is short term. And there's a very famous saying in the financial world. I have this very interesting book with me. I'll show it to you. It's called Fintegrity. Finance plus integrity. Please read this book. It's a very interesting book. A lot of people think that in India or many developing countries, you can only make money when you are corrupt or you support corruption. In the initial phase, it may look like that. But look at this way that in the long term, you'll make more money if you're on the honest path. So I want to make more money in long term should be your formula.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So hopefully Manish also got his answer. And so I will end the session by giving a vote of thanks. So as we come to the end of this incredible session, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to you, sir, Dr. Radhakrishnan Pillai, for sharing his valuable time and wisdom with us. Your insights have truly enlightened us on how ancient strategies can still shape modern business successes. Thank you, sir. A big thanks to all our wonderful audience. Your curiosity. Yes, sir.
Sir, please complete. I just
Okay.
want to make an announcement after you're done.
Okay, sir, sure. So, your curiosity and enthusiasm makes our session like this worthwhile. We hope today's discussion has left you with new perspectives and valuable takeaways. So, with that, I will stop my word of thanks. Sir, you can make your announcement.
So I'm very active on LinkedIn. Please follow me. And if there are any questions which are unanswered, please drop me a message there. I'll answer one to one. So
Yes.
all social media platforms I'm there, but LinkedIn is where I would suppose you can connect to me one to one.
Okay, sir. I will just share your LinkedIn profile with others. Okay. Is it okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, sir. Okay, so don't worry, audience. I will share the questions. I will share the link with you soon. Thank you, sir, for your time. And I won't hold you again for long.
Thank you. You've been a wonderful host, Pradeep.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. It was actually my first time hosting today.
But not the last time. You should host more.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I will do that.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir,
Good
and good
night.
evening.
Good.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, guys, sir has left. Anyone, those who want the link, yeah, the link has been shared by Aryan. Yeah, it is the correct one. Abhijit, you have something to say?
Yeah, as sir had no time to ask all the questions
Yes.
to address all the questions, but I had a curiosity to know like if anyone in the panel could share their insights. I have some intellectual strategy to face all kinds of situations, any topic which initiated in the social media and any somewhere platform. I used to analyze it by both the ways, like their positive side, both the side, like the right side or the left side, as we say.
Okay.
So but and I have some transparent opinions on maximum thoughts. But the thing is that lack of some emotion, like moral support from my society, my family, because sometimes when I remark the things in my family for some orthodox beliefs or thoughts or ideologies,
Yeah.
they used to thrash me or hit me sometimes. It's just a funny thing, but yeah, like how to face this situation and have a real, so that we can convert the real thoughts to the people.
So I hope everyone understands is Abhijit's question. So Abhijit, in my opinion, I actually can't imagine myself in your boots because although I am also like you, I like verify the perspectives. I open my perspectives to both the left side and the right side.
Yeah.
But I'm not the kind of person to share my perspectives with others. I just keep an opinion of them in my mind. And when the judgment comes, I will use that opinion during that time. So that's the attitude of me. But if anyone else has the same thought or has the answer to his question, you are free to open your mic. Anyone? It is an open session. You can open your mic there. No worries.
Yeah, actually, I had just one thought to share. While sir was speaking, basically, I wrote it in the messages. It's that like while he was talking about different types of leaders, and we were discussing like who will be a like who how to like the qualities of a leader. So I wanted to say that ki I think a truly great leader would need to be like a combination of all, like wealth, intellectual as well as spiritual, like so one who is powerful, ethical, and incorruptible. So that would make a truly great leader.
Yes, Aditya, you're absolutely correct. But before sharing your opinion and just a message to others, if you can answer Abhijit's question, that would be great. After that, you are free to share your opinion. Like Abhijit's question is a really valid question. If you can understand both the perspectives, okay. But if you're trying to share your opinion, the others are not like validating your opinion because you are not equal in front of them. Like there's a perspective, if I'm understanding the question correct. So if anyone has faced, yes.
Actually, first of all, it's the generation gap, and for this to be overcome, you have to show some result for your opinion to be accepted.
Yes, Aditya.
Yeah, to answer his question, it's actually a very good point and a problem faced by many people who are trying to do something or like think something different or do something new or introduce any like new ideas which are like not prevalent. So yeah, first what was said right now that you have to show some results before you introduce your ideas in front of others. Until that time, you work on it yourself. Also, you must know which crowd you're targeting and go where you are valued and introduce it first to the people who you think that will understand you better, not just to anyone. That's what I would like to say for this.
Okay, so Aditya was correct. For a starting point, Abhijit, you could do what? You can go to that audience which will appreciate your opinion. And once you gain some confidence over there, you can start spreading your opinion in your family and with reasons. So that's a thing you could do.
Yeah, even I agree on that fact.
So is your curiosity satisfied?
Yeah, I can say I am satisfied with the opinions and the suggestions given to me.
Okay.
Can I add something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, guys.
Actually, like the sir said, like it's not about the product, it's how you market the product. So you have to sell yourself for your opinion to be accepted, whether
Yes.
it is in your family or as a society.
A good point.
So anyone else wants to share something? Okay, I guess no. So, guys, we will stop here. Thank you for coming to this session, and I hope you will come to the future
Okay,
sessions.
just a question. For which club this event was for?
It was not organized by any club. It is
Okay.
organized by Gear House.
Okay. Yeah.
The whole house basically is what you can say the word. I don't know the right word, but yeah, organized session.
Uh,
The Gear
Okay.
House.
Thank you.
so one similar question is that if any house or any club is organizing any such events, it's open to all, right? Like if it's by Gear House, anyone else from other houses can also join it.
Yes, other houses can also join. It is open to every student within the IITM BS degree.
Can we have another session
Okay.
from Radhakrishnan sir?
If he has open like his free time in his future schedule, then surely we will make another session, but it depends on the guest, so I won't make any guarantees right now. Okay guys, so we will stop here. Thank you, and have a good night.
Thank you.
Okay.